Hey guys, now that Easy Rust is done, I just wanted to give a quick update to the channel about what you're going to see coming forward because I don't just make videos about Rust. I do some other things as well. So there won't be probably no Rust for a few weeks, but lots of thinking. I have a lot of ideas about what I'm going to do next for Rust. But first, what you're going to see for a while is there's this language called Occidental. It's an international language that was made in 1922, and it's officially called interlingue since 1949. And I recently translated this game called Free Call, which is kind of like Civilization. You go around and you make make colonies and things in the new world, and it's you're supposed to declare independence later, and then your home country sends an army to try to stop you. And so this has been I translated that, and then I'm going to stream that with people from the Occidental people who speak the language, and make some audio content for that. And then I'm also thinking of maybe a Korean course, because I've been in Korea since 2002, and I've taught Korean to people sometimes, and I was thinking of making content for people who are at the intermediate level, who have been here for like 10 or 12 years, and maybe they're married to a Korean, but they still can't get past that mid-level. So content for that. But so back to Rust. Here's my next idea is well, there are a few of them. I'm not sure which one I'll do or when, but one of them is the reason why one of the reasons why I like Rust is because I love games. I actually don't play many games because not too much time for that. But my favorite game ever is this one called Ultima 7. And one day I'd like to make something similar to this. So I'm watching the developments in gaming and Rust pretty closely, and I might make some of those into a tutorial, or maybe just follow through some of the code of existing games, and then kind of make that into a learning process for both of us. Probably the biggest one is this one, Valoran, which is probably the most impressive game in Rust, and I think there's like either 200,000 or 2 million lines of code. So there's lots of stuff to look through here. Probably won't do this first. I'm thinking maybe the best one to start with for tutorial purposes is this one. Maybe go through this tutorial made by Thomas Sedovic, who this is one of my first my favorite tutorials when I was first learning Rust, because he shows how to he keeps all the code on a single file, and the external crates are not that intensive. And when I was first learning Rust, all I had was a Surface Go, and I didn't want to compile anything with like 200 dependencies. That would take forever. But this one only has like 30 or something, and so and he actually it's really entertaining. You can read it now and learn everything there. But he starts out with the code starts as this, and then you change it a little bit, and then you add it, and then when you add to it, you have to change the stuff, a bunch of other stuff to match it. And this could be kind of fun to follow along and then make into our own simple roguelike game. Maybe change it a little bit, or maybe just go along with the with what he did. So that's a possibility. There's also this massive roguelike tutorial here. Probably won't do that because it it's a lot bigger, and there's a lot more compiling to do. So probably that. One other idea is somebody wanted to see async, more, learn about how to do async. And I was thinking about maybe going through the examples here with Tokyo. Where are the examples? So it has this simple example, but then there's I think there's like 10 others or so, and I forget where they are. Let's see, Tokyo examples, Rust. Let's see if this brings it up. I think it should be inside here. Examples. So it has, let's see, maybe like 12 examples here. And they're still, not the biggest examples in the world. You can see they, this one is 300 lines of code. So maybe go through these and then kind of pretend that that we're writing it ourselves, and then start typing it up bit by bit and adding on every video until we finish the example. So this is another possibility, and you can see some of them are pretty small. This one's only 70, and then the thing about async is it's complicated, but when you when you get used to it, and the same as with anything else, then it becomes less and less complicated, and it has to do with just understanding how it works with like async functions. They always return a feature, and then how do you like join the features together and await, but you want to await so that you're not just awaiting one and then awaiting the next one and then not actually being async. Like, how do you join them together to make something that's actually async? And actually, if you're curious about async right now, Systems with JT over here, he's a guy who lives in New Zealand, and he works on New Shell, which was I forget what New Shell is actually, but anyway, I saw him for the first time when he started teaching this guy Jason Turner Rust, and Jason Turner is like this long-term C++ guy, and C++ people have the easiest time with Rust, I find, and so he had some videos where he just up and teaches Jason Turner some Rust, and then I started looking at his videos, and so this is one of his async await. He just released it 10 hours ago, and I think he's going to do another one soon. So if you really want to know how that works, you can just start watching his videos now. And then the final example, which I'm pretty much definitely not going to do, but just a fun thought, is that I'm kind of a low-key fan of F#. I tried to learn it in 2015 when I first failed to learn to program, and but I became a bit of a fan of the language, and it's kind of too bad that it's not getting as much attention as I would like in the .NET world. And I was thinking maybe if there's some F# expert out there who is interested in teaching it, then maybe we could like do a joint stream, and then I learn it, and then it could be interesting to see what happens when somebody who basically only knows Rust. Rust is the first language I learned, and after that, the only language I learned since then is this one called EdgeDB, because I was writing their a textbook for them, their new textbook, which is finished, and we're working on the design, and it's almost out. So I learned EdgeDB, and this is actually pretty influenced by Rust, and the CLI was also rewritten from Python to Rust. So they're fans of the language, and they try to make their system or their compiler errors kind of rusty, like give you more information. And so anyway, I only know Rust and this one, EdgeDB. And so it could be interesting to see what happens when somebody who only has a Rust background tries to learn something like this. But pretty much not going to do this, but it's a fun idea. Maybe later on when I have like a different schedule, because the main reason why I couldn't do something like this right now is lack of knowing exactly when I can stream. Usually I have a space in the afternoon where I have a few hours where I could stream, but it's different every day, and setting up a stream with somebody else would probably be not possible right now. So anyway, I'm thinking probably one of these two. In the next few weeks, we might start to see going over this roguelike tutorial, or maybe going over these Tokyo examples. So those are my ideas now, and you can let me know if there's anything, any ideas you have. Maybe somebody else's game, maybe like Valorant, not necessarily Valorant, but something smaller, maybe another cool game that that could be interesting to look through. So anyway, that's those are my ideas right now, and that's where we are. And so anyway, I just wanted to make this video so that you don't get surprised when you start seeing videos in another language. You know, when is the Rust content coming out again? It's maybe in a few weeks. I'll start working on this, maybe this roguelike tutorial. That's what I imagine I would probably do next if I had to pick one now. So see you later.